how to get in contact with us. I send them emails in the past, so that is what it is.
Ain't no middleman. It's us too. You holler at us, we ready.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But you're tuned into the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast with your brother Old God and SamAnt over across the table from me today. So earlier today, SamAnt, 50 Cent, man, went in on Nick Cannon. He posted this picture of Nick Cannon, what appears to be a bikini top. Now, the caption reads, Nick, like, so that's it. Nobody cares about my diss record. No, nobody cares. LOL. That's what 50 Cent put today. But he posted this picture, you know, of Nick. SamAnt, you see it there on the screen. What do you think about where this beef is going today? And what do you think about that picture? Do you know where that picture's from?
I have no idea. I never seen Nick Cannon in no bikini, nor was I ever looking for Nick Cannon in a bikini. You got to, this is 50 though. You got to expect this from 50. He don't care. He's going to get ruthless. We seen what Nick Cannon did when he started the extra beef. I'll put it that way. When it was between him and Eminem, it was cool. But 50 Cent had what he had to say, and then Nick Cannon threw up to Samuel L. Jackson on Django John, and you know it was going from there. I'm not gonna say this is gonna hurt Nick Cannon because Nick Cannon is still doing a lot of great things, but you shouldn't open up this can of worms, brother, if you ain't want this to come out. He threw up another picture of him and Samuel L. saying something along the lines of, now that your boy Eminem is incapacitated, if you want to come on and get his work on Wildin' Out, you're more than welcome to do so, Samuel L. What do you think about that? Him calling him out on, I know you think this shit's corny.
I know. I think it's cool, but my thing is like, you know, it is corny or whatever, but this is right up 50's lane, right up his alley. And you know damn well he's gonna defend Eminem. You can't call him no coon or Uncle Tom, nothing like that. For that, that's his man. You know what I mean? He gave him an opportunity when other people wouldn't. So it's just like, yeah, that's his people's, and he's loyal to his people. So, you know, more so my concern is what's up with that picture, Nick. That picture's crazy, bro.
Now, was that in the line of address to you?
I mean, it's a woman's joint. Like, I mean, I ain't gonna say it's a dress.
It ain't no dress, it's a fucking bikini.
Yeah, it's a bikini top or whatever from this picture I see here. But the way he's posing, man, looks very, very, it just looks weird. I mean, even though he's a comedian, but it looks suspect as hell, my nigga.
It remind me of, remember In Living Color when Jim Carrey used to play that weirdo, that yeah, you remember.
Oh, man.
That's what it remind me of.
Man, so what you saying about Nick?
I ain't saying nothing about Nick, man. I salute Nick Cannon. This picture looks old. Looked like it was from maybe a little bit early on before you got awakened.
Would you wear that?
Hell no. Would I wear that? I don't know what the fuck that is, man. Shout out to Nick, man. And I hope it ain't anything worse out there, because if 50 find it, that's your ass. It's gonna be
well, my thing is, since you asked me that question, I asked you, would you say that is along the line of sort of kind of like a dress? It's not a dress, but is it kind of going crossing those lines close?
I'll put it to you like this. I don't see Nick Cannon now doing anything like this. When you see him walking away from certain TV deals and things like that, not conforming to certain things that they wanted him to do, this picture tells me that this was a Nick Cannon from a different space, a different time, somebody that was looking more so for a check than significant, I guess, what an outlook or what he was going to be perceived as. And he made a mistake. I don't think he'd ever do it again. So yeah, it falls in line with that dress. Hell
Nick need to hire you as a spokesman. He said he never do it again.
I don't think he'll ever do it again.
Yeah, I mean, Nick, you know, for real, we all know Nick, you know, has took a whole, I mean, we all do things in our youth that we wouldn't do now. I mean, I bet
not ever see you in no fucking dress, nigga. None of your old boys better ever show no shit like that to me. Like, yeah, burn this immediately.
I would never do it. I would never put no one. I mean, it just, I don't know. Everybody's different, but you know, you had those, you know, I don't know the word, but those guys out there that will cross those lines of fashion that might wear purses, dresses, and things like that. Like your what was it? Uzi and Thug.
Yeah,
it was experimenting with some crazy stuff like that. You have those type of dudes out there. We're just not cut from that cloth, from that era. So when we see stuff like that, we kind of look at it with one eye. But you know, if that's what Nick did, hopefully, I don't know if he addressed that particular part about him wearing the bikini top, but it's kind of crazy there, man. Hopefully he moved on from that type of foolishness.
I think he did. Now that he got his children and things like that. But like, shame on you, man. You already knew 50. If it was out there, he was grabbing it.
Who won that beef?
Between who?
Nick and Jim.
Actually, Eminem won that.
The first album.
It's over. Like that verse. Nick would have won if he just left it alone. Him doing this made it look worse, and he continued to do it, and it's corny. Leave it alone. It's over now.
Yeah, no chance of 50 Cent getting in the ring, man. 50
No.
Cent gonna keep going on.
He's going to toast you on Instagram over and over again.
Yeah.
It's going to be over all major hip hop headlines because they love
they love it.
Anytime 50 Cent drops anything, that motherfucker fart is on the fucking hip hop news website. So
oh man, definitely. But yeah, man, you're tuned into the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast with your brother Old God and SamAnt. Going in today on this Monday. Let's see here. Juice WRLD's girlfriend spoke out. It looks like at the Rolling Loud concert. SamAnt, I want to play this audio of her on the stage, and I want to get your thoughts on what she said about Juice WRLD.
Single one of you guys. There's not a time that he had showed me any different love that he felt for you. Like, he wants everyone to know that you need to take any negative thing in your life, he would tell you every time he saw you, and change that to a positive situation. He changed that to 999.
So that's Juice WRLD's girlfriend, on the stage there. Just giving a little, excerpt of what she thought that Juice WRLD wanted the people to know after he passed away, SamAnt, about a week later and some change after his death. How are you feeling about that statement and the death of Juice WRLD?
Sound like a young lady that was just kind of still mourning the death of her boyfriend. Just to hear out the youth in her voice almost. I didn't really see it, but you could hear it. It's a sad situation. I was at the banquet yesterday for my son's football team, and I was talking to his football coach, and it was making me have a good idea. Like, all right, when we go talk to them kids again over at the college, talk about this kind of shit, musical influences. You're seeing these rappers about your age dying because of opioid abuse. What are you thinking about? Does the music influence you? What do you think about this artist, that artist? Are your friends influenced by the music? And just get a gauge, because we talk about when we see a Juice WRLD pass away, of how he passed away, obviously the influences that they're having on the youth and influence that they're having amongst each other. And I want to see how far that goes. You know what I mean? Because I don't think he'll be the last, unfortunately. It's something that's going on right now. And to get a perspective from somebody that age in that genre would be dope. And that's when I heard Young Lady, I was just like, I think we need to talk to the kids, man. I think that would be dope.
Yeah.
She sounds, like I said, youthful and hurt. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, and that's why, platforms like ours, a lot of people like to criticize us, but platforms like ours is very, very necessary that actually speak about these type of issues, on a major platform. Not saying that we're the only people who do it, but got to give kudos to the ones that do. And if you do, salute to you. But to talk about these serious topics in hip hop that's really affecting the people, and not always go with the status quo, just talking about the gossipy stuff and who swung on who, but to talk about how hip hop music is now influencing a whole generation of kids to turn to Percocets, to turn to different drugs, as recreational use. A lot of people now become addicted and end up dying. So yeah, it's a big thing, with this going on in every community across America. And it definitely needs to be addressed. I think, and more artists need to speak out about this, speak down on it. And really, because you asked the question, are the kids being influenced? And I'm sure when we go and we get in there and we talk to them, they're going to say, yeah. And I mean, I've been around them, you've been around them, and we know, just talking to them and interacting with them, that it's very, very influential. I mean, especially with the drug culture. Mm-hmm. If anybody who's ever been, around it, or even maybe dabbled in it themselves, whether on any end of it, dealing it, using, you could go, it's a whole nother world, down there. And you get to see a lot of different things that people who were never in it will be oblivious to. They will never think that people could do this, and this is really going on, and that, people's actually sitting up in high schools and shit, selling pills, doing pills, kids on fucking 10 Xan bars, all that type stuff is going on, in the high schools. And it's been going on even, when we were in there, but way more now. And, when the rappers promote it and they talk about it, it influences kids to do it. It just does. You know what I mean? How doesn't it?
I mean, right. Why else would anybody, and how else would they be introduced? It's only going, I mean, like I said, we could talk about it all day long as 30-year-old men, 30-some-odd-year-old men living in our 20s and living in our youth and having our influences.